Hi, this is Ryan Hoff with your AIC Legislative Minute for January 24th, 2025, brought to you by the tax sale experts at SRI. A couple weeks into the 2025 legislative session, and committees are happening at the Indiana General Assembly with quick regularity. Given the number of bills that impact county governments, AIC has its hands full assessing bills, discussing them with legislators, and testifying in committees. As every year, the first weeks are always the most hectic before the progressive session narrows the volume of bills that must be addressed. You will have received a legislative alert from AIC this week asking for phone calls to both the governor and to your legislators about Senate Bill 1, which is Governor Braun's property tax plan. I will stress again the need for our members to weigh in on this bill that will cost local taxing units over $1.1 billion in 2026, with the impact growing rapidly in future years. This is priority legislation for the Senate, who will take up the bill in quick order, and each legislator and the governor need to hear your input before it is heard in committee. For other legislation, this week I will highlight House Bill 1461, which deals with road and bridge infrastructure funding. As we have talked often in the past year, local roads and bridge infrastructure is in need of roughly $1.5 billion in new annual funding to maintain the progress we have made to improve infrastructure since 2017. Despite that demonstrated need, this bill does not actually provide any new funding. It does, however, have significant changes to how current funding of community crossings would work. It would cap the amount of the state distribution into the Community Crossings Fund at $150 million. Which is about $100 million less than was in community crossings this year. That money would be diverted first to railroad crossing safety improvements, then to the MVH formula. However, the MVH formula distribution would happen prior to the state and local split, meaning that the state would get 68% of that $100 million and locals would get 32%. Also, to be eligible for community crossings going forward, your county would have to have adopted the wheel tax. For further funding, there are some additional local funding options like a referendum for infrastructure and a county option parcel delivery fee on transactions like Amazon deliveries. While this legislation changes road funding around the edges, it really does not address the big picture funding need for infrastructure. This bill is scheduled for a hearing in the House Committee on Roads and Transportation this coming Monday, so stay tuned to any updates on changes to the bill. For all the bills we are tracking on your behalf, be sure to visit the AIC homepage to see the bills relevant to your office. The General Assembly will be taking on some of the biggest bills of the year very shortly, so please share your thoughts with us and with your legislators as you see concerns or bills of benefit to your county. Stay warm and have a great weekend. This has been Ryan Hoff with your AIC Legislative Minute, brought to you by SRI.